state your name and role in our wedding and how long you've known Blake.
My name is Craig Corcoran. I'm a groomsman in the wedding, and I've known Blake for over 20 years.
I'm Bethany Townsend. I am what am I?
Hello, I am Kim. My role in the wedding is dynamic. I'm potentially the party planner, potentially I forgot the rest of the roles, but I am in the wedding. And what was the third question?
And I have known Blake for 2.5 years.
Hi, my name is Anush Emilianova. I am a groomsmaid because I am on Blake's side of the wedding, but I am also a woman. And I've known Blake since college.
How long have I known Blake? Since 20... I want to say either 13 or 14. 13.5.
Sounds
we'll
good.
Take an average.
I'm Poffenberger. I've known Blake for like 3 years now, and we work together, so that's how we met.
Hello, I am Mikey McMillan, and I have known Blake for 4.5 years at this point? 5 years. Oh, yes, I am going to be a groomsman. I am going to be a groomsman at your daughter's coming nuptials.
Yeah.
Oh, that's difficult.
Damn.
That's one. Direct. Smart.
Wry. Considerate. Industrious.
Excellent. Transactional. Sugar glider. LEDs. Green. Excellent. I said excellent twice, but I felt really strongly about it.
Like intelligent and loving.
And cool.
One hell of a good friend.
That Blake is really silly. Blake seems really brusque, but he will play at all sorts of things.
I think when you first meet him, he's very quiet and will observe you. And I think what surprises people often when they get to know him better is that he's actually very outgoing and is very eager and excited to talk to you once he has sort of established that rapport.
Exactly how much like ambition he has. Like that is something that's not apparent from Blake when you meet him. He presents as very like chill and laid back, and then when you like peel those layers, you really get to like he is a like massively driven person in a way that I admire like a lot.
Well, the thing that surprised me about Blake was that he bought a sugar glider when we were in college. I thought this was surprising because I did not know sugar gliders existed. But also, I thought it was like a little microcosm of Blake because it was a very strange pet, but it was also a very effective and adorable pet. I think Blake is very good at finding new ways to look at the world, and at first you don't really buy them because it seems like a cat, perhaps, or a dog would make more sense. But then, once you learn more about his decisions, you see that they actually make a lot of sense. Like, sugar gliders are adorable and they can fly to you.
I'm not sure it's a classic pet peeve, but he's very observant and very frank.
I always know he'll like cut through the BS and kind of like tell you like what exactly is wrong with the thing or what is good about the idea that you're proposing.
Oh, I don't know. I've never made Blake mad. I don't think he likes eating animals, although I think he's wrong about that, so I guess it's a pet peeve. It seems like murder is a pet peeve of Blake's.
He's good at perceiving people and telling them exactly what he thinks, even if the social repercussions are a little abrasive. So he's very good at being frank and real.
Blake is a great cook.
Blake is good at a lot of things. Blake is good at figuring things out. I was impressed that he was an economist for so long in his life, but then he switched over to computer science and he really killed it in that regard. I mean, similarly, it seems like he's figured out how to do 3D printing. He's figured out how to make a game, and I don't think that, he's supporting himself on those things now, but Blake is somebody you can count on to do a good job at something if it seems like he's interested in it.
Like, the way that I've heard him describe it is, like, he is interested in, like, figuring out, like, what it is he can be as a person, like, how far he can get. And, like, that is that is an important thing for him to figure out, and, like, yeah.
Blake's really good at reading people. Everybody knows that. And Blake, he's very good at reading social situations and not necessarily immediately being able to act, but, like, being able to, in the long run, like, determine the best route for a difficult social situation.
One memory I can remember, one good memory I have of Blake is the very first year that we went to Burning Man together. Blake and I were pretty close friends in college because he lived in my co-op, but we became very close friends once I started this Burning Man camp, and he was, I think, the last person to join. He was the 8th person, and he really brought us all together because he brought these LED belts, and he also just had so much enthusiasm about this whole thing that we were doing, even though it was kind of hard and stupid, but after, we all went there, it turned out that it was great. I remember walking across the desert with him. We kind of got lost, and we were trying to navigate our way home across this whole event, which is really 3 miles wide, and so it takes a long time, and it was, like, cold, and I think he shared his fur coat, and we talked about all of the problems in my life and also his life, and I remember he, like, gave me at least 2 or 3 pieces of advice that at the time I, like, strenuously disagreed with, and then 5 or 6 years later I had to sit Blake down and tell him that he was right about all of those things, which was painful, but it is a good memory.
Blake is, like, beyond just okay.
Oh gosh, Blake is a great person to marry your daughter. This is going really well. You guys don't even know.
Because he's smart, ambitious, caring, and loyal, and a good person and honest. And I think that, that combination of traits is hard to find in a single person.
But, like, going back to, I guess, the Burning Man creative stuff, like, he's very talented in his creativity. His passion for inventing and building and doesn't stop just with his work, it's throughout his life, and whether it's, like, cooking or learning a new task for, like, the new house or something like that, like, how to do things. I think that's a pretty cool trait. That's, like, one thing, like, yeah, I don't know.
I think Blake really values your daughter, and I think Blake is right about that. I think your daughter is great. When Blake first started dating your daughter, we were talking about it because we were both, like, on online dating sites, right? And when he first met her, he was like, man, I think she's great. I think I'm gonna marry her. And I'm like, man, come on, be cool. Man, be cool. But turns out he was right. And I think that's a good narrative to have. And I think he's just always treated your daughter with the kind of respect she deserves. I think they're a good match. I'm excited to know them.
Blake loves your daughter a lot. He loves everything about her. He is very responsible and comforting. He will be a great match and a very grounding force for Kendra.
Listen to the, like, 6 things I named off about Blake. Like, who wouldn't want somebody that is, like, loyal and, like, I don't know, cool to marry your daughter. I mean, he obviously, I mean, like, generalizations aside, like, he obviously really loves you, and, like, you two are obviously perfect for each other, and we all knew you were gonna get married from day one, so, like, that's the reason why they should want Blake to marry your daughter.
He'd been like talking to me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on a like date with this girl. She seems interesting. I don't really know what to think about her. And I remember I was in an airport, and Blake called me and just like, he was like, oh my god, and like we hadn't even established what we were talking about yet, and he said, I am going to marry this woman. I'm like, okay, well now I know what we're talking about. And just, like, from that moment, like, so I'm not even going to tell you why why Blake is good for Kendra. I'm going to tell you why Kendra is good for Blake. She has, like, brought such, like, purpose to his life. She has, like, he has perked up. He has, like, become, like, twice the person he was for meeting your daughter. And I feel like rising to that challenge is something, like, really, like, says a lot about him. So, like, give him a shot.
You guys are gonna love him. Like, that's, I have no doubt about that.
I'm really excited for Blake and Kendra to get married. Woohoo!